Hello everyone, welcome to my Schooling YouTube channel. Today we are going to see about patterns of social inequality and social exclusion of chapter 5 Sociology. Let's get started. And before that, click the subscribe button and press the bell icon. You'll be notified every time. Let us discuss about what is inequality. It is the difference in social status or wealth or opportunity between individuals or groups. Social inequality is the existence of unequal opportunities and rewards for different social positions or statuses within a group or society. Let us consider the example of caste A and B. Caste A is upper caste which enjoys opportunities and rewards. Caste B is placed low and they are being punished. So inequality means few members are not treated equally in the society. Inequality can be economic or social. Life chances and opportunities are not equally available to everyone. They are less for the suppressed caste. So what is social inequality? People are not treated equally. They are being segregated or secluded from the normal mainstream. Differences are shown to people in the society. Their position in the society is different. Status in society became much more important. In terms of opportunities or resources, it is classified into three: economic capital, social capital and cultural capital. Economic capital means property or finance or income. If we have proper property or income, we can go for good education and have good friendship with the higher strata of the society. Or if we have social capital like good connections with people or have a good status, we can gain income or property. Or if we have both, we can have cultural capital, that is beliefs or qualification. We can go up with a gradation of good qualification through social institutions. Stratification. Social stratification. What is meant by stratification? It means the hierarchical arrangement or the ladder-like arrangement. We have already discussed in chapter 3 about stratification, that is the triangle, top-down approach. Brahmins were placed on the topmost, then the Kshatriyas, then the Vaishyas, then the Shudras, and last the slaves or foreigners or the Panchamas. Different groups are separated as inferior or superior groups, where different groups in the society are separated from each other. Groups are divided into segments based on their social or economic status. Let us discuss the main features. Importance is given to group differences and not individual difference. Person is identified by his or her group and not by their achievement. The opportunities of these people depend on their group and the life chances available for that group. The people who don't have life opportunity will fight for their rights through protests, rebels, etc. and may change the system. It transmits from generation to generation. It is an ascribed status. The resources available to one generation are available for the next generation. Pollution, purity, superiority of high caste, endogamous marriage, that is marrying within the caste, outside Gotra. Each group have their own beliefs and ideologies. They have their own values, traditions, norms, etc. what are all the beliefs and identities? Scheduled castes fighting for their rights. They are given reservation, benefits and incentives. Scheduled tribe fighting for place in society. They need to integrate them and give them reservations. Women fighting for equal rights as men and the same opportunities. Minority. Those other than the Hindus are fighting for rights. They have been given reservation. OBC. Economic problem. Same opportunities are demanded. Differently abled people. They are discriminated against mentally different children. Integration and reservation takes place. We are going to discuss about the subtopic prejudice. What is prejudice? It is a prejudgment or a preconceived notion. For example, when we see a person, we think of them in different ways. Most probably in a negative way. Might be the person looks very harsh, but the nature of the person is very soft. So we are prejudging a person. Isn't it not? It is wrong. Someone says something and we believe it. Example, Kanjus Marwaris, Rajputs are courageous. When prejudiced against each other and the group doesn't think so, they don't think they are inferior. They try to prove themselves. It is called as positive prejudice. Stereotype. Normally we can see this everywhere. Boys should not cry. Girls will always be crying. Playing always with girl toys, Barbie dolls. Boys always playing with bat and ball. These are some sort of stereotypes. Men generally sitting in the sofa and reading newspaper. Women cooking at home. Characterizing a whole group having one certain characteristic. A whole group is considered homogeneous. Example, Rajputs are supposed to be courageous, girls are emotional, boys don't cry. It is a basis of prejudice. Individual difference isn't taken into consideration. Discrimination. In reality, the way we treat people differently is called as discrimination. The way you believe towards a particular group. You act on prejudice and stereotype. In India, we discriminate against gender, race, religion, caste, class, etc. For example, in a job interview, there are 3 boys and 1 girl and the girl doesn't get a job. They give excuse for selecting them. Mostly it is done very subtly, but sometimes it is openly done. Example, in factories owned by Hindus, they won't take Muslims as workers and they would give some reasons for not taking them. Reason is not openly said, but people know it is due to discrimination. We treat them differently. Social exclusion. The exclusion meaning is we are isolating or separating people from a common group. You are isolating and excluding them from your group. When the people who are excluded are not given the opportunities which are given to others, for example, we can say their basic food, clothes or shelter like medical, educational and naturalistic comforts are not given to them. It is not accidental, it is systematic, it is openly done, it is involuntary. The ones who are excluded don't want to be excluded, but we do them openly. After centuries, some people who are excluded lean either to ignore or they protest. Correlation between social status and economic status. There is always a very close relation between class and caste. The members of the upper caste always have better life chances and opportunities to use the resources. Now it is changing. People from Shudra community are occupying higher positions and vice versa. Example, K.R. Narayan, ex-president who was from a Dalit community. Meera Kumar, ex-speaker of the parliament, was from Dalit community. But it is at a micro level. In urban areas where Brahmins are peons, clerks, while Dalits are doctors and are educated. The mindset of the people has not changed, so it is not prevalent at the micro level. Now let us discuss about how the low class people were discriminated in 4 ways: exclusion, exploitation, humiliation, and subordination. Let us discuss about exploitation. What is exploitation? People were given very low salaries and low grade jobs like washing the bathroom, wetting the roads, doing cremation, etc. They were given jobs which no one wanted to do and were not paid. They were treated very badly. Humiliation means insulting. They were not allowed to wear bright clothes full of color, could not use the same roads which Brahmins used. They had to walk with their heads bowed down while a Brahmin walked by. They couldn't walk with their chappals in front of Brahmins, so they would hold it in their hands. They would clean up the dead bodies and the cremation and were only included to play the drums from a far off distance. Exclusion means segregating or separating people from the common society. The untouchables went through the worst type of exclusion. They were not given opportunities like others and they were excluded from the smallest things and were excluded from everything. For example, they were not allowed to take water from the wells, pumps or lakes that the Brahmins used. They were not allowed to take part in festivals, rituals and ceremonies that others would participate in. They had to have a bath with the buffaloes and cows. Superordination, subordination. The higher castes were superordinate. Subordination was for the lower caste. Subordinate means keeping them at a lower strata. They were kept below the upper caste and the Brahmins. These lower caste people were subordinated or suppressed from the common society. Reservations were done for the low category people or the low caste. Provisions were made for them. Reservations were made separately for them from the common society. They were given job reservations, or when they secure very less marks also reservations were given. Laws were made out separately for them. Now let us look at the welfare programs that are given by the government for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe people. They are meant for those who are socially and economically backward, as they don't have life chances and opportunities which everybody has. The government reserves seats for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, and no one else can take those seats from the upper caste. There are reservations particularly for the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe people in parliaments, or they are being separated, jobs are being given to them only. They have a lot of provisions like age relaxation and low marks for selection. We have come to the end of part 1. Part 2 is coming soon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel Schooling and press the post notifications. You'll be notified every time. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.